Hey guys, rudeoff here, and today I'm coming at you all with another Destiny tutorial on how to do, without a doubt, my favorite loot crate run. So basically, we're going to go over to Mars, we're going to do the patrol mission, and we're going to be doing the patrol mission on Mars for the best loot crate run in this game so far. Now basically, if you don't know what a loot crate run is, it's you running around in a small confined area where the loot crates, after you open them up, are going to constantly respawn in that area. And you can run this area in a really efficient circle, and you can run it really fast. So you can get a lot of materials, and you can get a lot of glimmer in the loot crate runs. And there are loot crate runs for every single planet, but I am posting this one first because it is my favorite, and it is a close first, Venus with a close second. So basically, we're going to get onto our Sparrow, and if you just follow my lead, we're going to head over here to the left out of the spawn, and we're going to go in through that cave. Now, the only downside about this loot crate run is that you actually do have to travel quite a far distance to get there. It isn't as close as the other ones, but it is still a really nice loot crate run. So we're just going to cut to this area, and we're going to pop out here at the Hollows. And if you're moving fast enough, and if you're just riding on your Sparrow, you won't really have to worry about anything killing you. You should be perfectly fine. You're moving too fast for them to hurt you, even if you are low level. You should be perfectly fine. So we're just going to keep cutting through this area. We're going to head to the right, and we're going to go into another hole over here. This hole is going to dump us out into the buried city, so we're just going to follow it till we get to there. And we're just going to travel through. Get out here to the buried city. We're going to go to the right. And we're going to go to the right again. It does kind of look really dark out here. It's kind of weird. It looks like there's a public event going on, but I don't think there is. So we're just going to cut straight through, and we're going to go up this alley over here. And we're going to go to the right again. That is one of the best parts. You really only have to remember right. There isn't a lot of lefts. You just go through another hole. Just follow this one. It's going to dump us out here over here by these dunes. And we're just going to go through this area. Sometimes the Vex can spawn right over here to your left. They are right now. They're really not much of a problem if you're still moving fast, which is why I recommend don't stop. Even if you see Relic Iron while you're doing this, I wouldn't recommend stopping to get it, because where we're going, the Relic Iron that you're going to find on the ground is nothing compared to how much you're actually going to find doing this. So we're just going to cut through all these rocks. I don't think anything really spawns in here, so you don't have a whole lot to worry about. And then we're going to make it over here to the Scablands. So if you're ever in the Scablands, this is the place you want to be. This is where you want to do your loot crate run. There is a lot of Cabal that spawns out here, and there's some Vex, so just move as fast as you can. You won't get shot. If you're a low level, you should still be perfectly fine. So we're going to hop off. We're going to go up here, and we're going to go ahead and start our run. So if we're starting right here, we're going to run to the right. We're going to try and not get raped by these guys. I prefer to look in this room right here. I've never really seen a loot crate spawn in there, so it's really not much of a worry. I prefer to look in there though. We're going to go into our first room, which is down in here. There isn't a loot crate. We're going to check this spot, and if there isn't one in either of those places, we're going to go ahead and go into our next room. Here's our very first loot crate. We're going to open it up. And we're going to leave, and we're going to start moving to our next one, which is right up here underneath this pillar. It's in here. We're going to check in this room for a loot crate. We have another one in here. We're going to pick it up, and we're going to keep moving. And basically, you could do this as long as you actually want to, and you could get a lot of materials. Just try not to get shot by him. He is kind of tough. We're going to go into this next room over here, which is kind of isolated from the rest. We're going to look for one in here. If there isn't one in here, we're just going to keep moving. Now, I am running about as fast as I can, so I don't get hurt too much. We're just going to weave around them, and we're going to go into the next room right here. And we're going to check to see if there's a crate in here. There isn't. So we're going to go ahead and go to the very next room, which is really close, which is part of the reason why I consider this to be my favorite one. And the best one is because a lot of these rooms are actually really close, so you don't have a lot to worry about travel-wise. You don't have to get on a Sparrow like some of the other ones. We're just going to fly over here to this next room, and we're going to check in here. We're going to see there's no loot crates in here. Sometimes a loot crate can spawn around this corner. There isn't one, so we're just going to keep moving. There is a room right underneath where we're standing right now, so we're just going to hop over here. And we're going to go down in here to check in this room. And there is one right here, which does confirm there are 2 loot crates rotating around this area. There's 1, and there is 2 right here. So there are 2 loot crates rotating around this area, which already makes it better than some of the other ones, because this one has 2 rotating around, which is a lot better. Now, there aren't any here, so we could just climb up this hill, and we can go check this room in here, which is our last room of the very first lap. There isn't one in here. So we just finished our very first lap. It didn't take very long. Obviously, you're going to be moving faster as you go on. And we have already gotten a good amount of glimmer and a good amount of relic iron. And we already have another one right here. And you generally tend to get about 2. You're always guaranteed to get 1, but I usually get 2. Not entirely sure. You do get a kind of nice amount of glimmer just from doing this. But if you don't actually want the relic iron when you're doing this, which a lot of people need relic iron for some of their armor, like I need it for the gloves that I'm wearing. So if people don't need the relic iron, if you just want to get a lot of materials, you could trade these in for material exchanges. You could get crucible marks, or you could get vanguard marks. Now, I have noticed this one, it does spawn different than all the rest. I don't understand why it spawns floating like that. I don't know what's up with that crate. Sometimes that crate spawns like that. I think it's kind of funny. But basically, we have already gotten a good amount, and we're only halfway through our second lap. We've already found 2. It is really fast, really efficient. It gets you a lot of materials, and it's definitely worth the time putting some effort into actually doing this. And also, almost any time that you're down here in one of these rooms, there is a very small chance that anything is actually going to follow you into that room. Usually the Cabal doesn't like to go into these rooms. I don't really know why, but they don't necessarily follow you into these rooms. I don't know if they can't fit or if they just don't want to go in there. But whenever you're down here looking for a crate, you don't really have to worry about there being anything behind you when you're looking for one, because they don't necessarily follow you down in there. I'm not entirely sure why, but they just don't seem to follow you down into the actual rooms when you're checking. We're going to go here to this one again. We're going to check in here. We got another one. It's another loot crate. Got some more relic iron, some more glimmer. Generally get about 50, and you get about 2 almost every time you check it. And it is really efficient, really fast, really nice. Really nice loot crate run. We're going to go down here. We're going to check for another one. We don't have one in here, so we can just run out, and we can keep going throughout our lap. We're going to go in here. You can see there's nothing in here. There's nothing right there. There's nothing in here. We're going to hop out, and we're going to check our last 2 rooms. We're going to check this one right in here. Let's see. We don't have one in here, and we don't have one sitting there. We might have one in here. Nope. But that is the Mars loot crate run. Really efficient. As you could tell, I already got about, let's see, I had 100 before I started. I already got 10. That was a really short time that I actually did it. And the best part about this is you could do this about as long as you actually want to do it. And there are public events that spawn in here every 20 minutes. If you didn't know that, there is a public event every 20 minutes. So like 420, 440, and 5. So there's a public event every 20 minutes. So maybe come around every 20 minutes. There are public events that happen in here. They're really easy, and they're a nice way to get some nice things from the Postmaster. It is a nice way to get Ascendant Shards. And you can also get rare ships from these crates, and you can get some other rare materials. It is really nice, really efficient, and really fast. So, if you enjoyed this tutorial, I recommend that you try it out. It isn't much of a glitch. I don't think that they're going to take this off the game anytime soon, so I recommend that you try it out while you still can. I'm saying while, however, I really don't think it's going to disappear. So, as always, thanks for coming by. Click the like button, subscribe, and do whatever it is you do on Destiny.